Do you guys ever have days where you just feel like you really want to crawl into a hole and just hide? That is how this week has been. It has been a really... What are we on? We're on Wednesday? It's only Wednesday? Oh. Okay, all right. I can do this. I can do this. We can make it through this week. It's Wednesday. So your birthday is in 3 days. Wait, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, so your birthday is in 3 days. Yeah, it has been quite a couple of days, but I'm here and I'm happy to be here. And I'm happy to see DJ for appreciate the lurk. I'm happy to see Wolf. I'm happy to see EJ and VT and Grandpa. Oh, they arise. You know what I should probably do, VT? I will play Kana, and then I think I'll do Arise, and then I'll do Super Mario Wonder. Because Arise, how many hours does Arise take? 4 hours? I think I'll do Arise, and then we'll do Super Mario Wonder, and then we'll do like a heavier storyline. I'm thinking like, I'm thinking like Final Fantasy X. I don't know how many hours Final Fantasy X takes actually. Does Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy 6 take the same amount of time? Hey, it's Hayes. I appreciate my lurkers. I really, really do. You know, I don't know. When you become an adult, everything's terrible. No, just kidding. When you become an adult, you know, you try to like Anders' 40th birthday is today, which is crazy and sort of sends me into a slight panic attack because 40, like, you know, 40. But, you know, I wanted things to be special for him and I wanted to try and celebrate with him. But yesterday, Auden was supposed to go to, she was supposed to go to someone's house for them to watch her. So Andrew and I could go to lunch together because he was like, I'd really like to just go to lunch with you and not have to deal with the girls. And she had this complete meltdown and would not go. I mean, I could have like physically lifted her up and put her in the car, but it would have been a disaster. And she would have cried and dragged her feet the whole way over there. And then she would have cried as we left. And she would have been so upset. And so Andrew was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. We'll just go to dinner tonight. But it just messed up the whole day and everything was just weird. But I feel like me personally, just over the last couple days, I have really struggled with some patience issues and with some just kind of, I don't know. And it's just an attitude thing. I just have to kind of make the choice to be like, this isn't going to bother me. Like, it's totally fine. But I'm really, really, I oftentimes, I don't necessarily feel like a bad mom, but there are some days that are so much harder than others. And you with little kids know this. Charlotte is different because Charlotte is 10 and is relatively independent. And if I let her, she'll just go into her room and either read or watch screens for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Auden is different. If I try to get her, if I try to like take a nap during the in the morning, I have to put her down. I have to let her watch a screen. And if I do that, I find she gets bored of whatever she's watching when I'm streaming. So I kind of have to weigh out like, well, am I going to give her a screen for 20 to 30 minutes this morning so I can take a nap and then chance her coming in and bothering me while I'm trying to stream? Or like, is that worth it? And a lot of times I just opt to just push through it because I'm like, I don't want to just give her, I don't want her to come in and bother me during like my time. You know what I mean? But no, I think Charlotte was 5. I was going to say she's getting to the age that Charlotte was when I used to just stream and Charlotte would just do screens for 2 hours. She would just do screens. She was like 5. And Tricky and Rumi. I agree with that. Kids do need to learn to be bored. Like I was, and my problem with napping is that I can't supervise her. So like, I don't know what she's doing and I don't know what she's getting into. But like if I'm cleaning or if I'm working, like today, we spent all morning together. We played turtles under the, I took the sheets off of my bed and I have this like mattress topper. And so she had like curved the mattress topper to make these little tunnel-y type things. And so she was like, let's play turtles. And so I played turtles with her. We went grocery shopping and got some things and we spent all morning together. And then like at 1 p.m. I was like, okay, I've got to do a little bit of work on my computer and I have to, I've got to get some things done. And she just would not let me. But I wasn't going to be like, okay, I'm going to sit down and give you something to do, because I do believe kids need to learn how to play on their own. And I do that plenty, but there are times where, and then there are times where she'll just play on her own beautifully, which is fantastic. And I try to get things done during that time. I also just have too much to get done today because her birthday is this coming Saturday. And so I have like balloons to blow up and I've got a balloon arch to finish and I have all these different things. So maybe after Saturday, maybe things will kind of calm down a little bit, but I don't know. I just feel like yesterday was supposed to be a day that I really wanted to like celebrate Ander and spend some time together as a family after Charlotte got home. And it all just kind of got skewed. And that gets really frustrating when I move my stream schedule around for something that ends up kind of not being worth it, I guess, really. Like I moved it because I was like, okay, we're going to go to lunch together and all this stuff. And then it didn't happen. And then I felt like, but I didn't feel like I could. Anyway, it was crazy. It's changed. Wait, it's not Tuesday, right? No, it's Wednesday. See? And I feel like I've lived 5 weeks in these 3 days. So I don't know, maybe I'm sleeping horribly. Maybe that's part of it too. Maybe I just am so tired because I just keep waking up in the middle of the night and I keep having these weird dreams. And then Auden woke me up last night and needed something in the middle of the night, which is rare. She doesn't wake me up most of the time. But she's been getting to bed late. And now tonight I've got my youth activities and I don't have anybody to watch Auden. So I'm going to have to bring the girls with me, which means she's going to get to bed late again. And like, man, there's certain weeks that are just crazy. And then there's certain weeks where nothing's happening and it's totally fine. Make kids bored again. I know. And if I've found that she's willing to kind of play by herself and just kind of find things to do if I am also doing things up and like moving around. But if I'm sitting down at a computer, oh no, she does not consider that working unless she's in her room with her baby gate up. But if I'm like, even if I'm like playing the piano, if I'm practicing playing the piano, she's constantly coming up to me, Mama, look, Mama, watch, Mama, do this, Mama, let's play. And I'm like, can you see that I'm in the middle of something right now? Just give me a second. And I don't mean to be mean, but there are times where I'm just like, Auden, I cannot do this with you right now. I need to practice this song or whatever. And she acts all hurt. We saw changes when we went from 1 grandkid to 2. With the first, there's no competition for attention. The second grandkid grew up with a rival, so they want more attention all the time. How far apart are your grandkids? Lack of sleep is one of the worst things for you. I struggle to sleep and refuse sleep aids, so my day will absolutely vary based on if I sleep or not. I know, listen, I experienced insomnia, like legit insomnia that I had to go see a doctor for and that he did finally give me pills for. Back when I was publishing my book, I was so worked up and worried about it and I just couldn't sleep ever. And every morning I dragged myself out of bed at 6:30 and went on a 1.5 mile walk every morning because I was like, tonight's going to be the night that my body's like, I can't stay awake any longer. And it never was. I would sleep for 3 hours and then I would just toss and turn and then I would, So anyway, I have experienced insomnia and sleep. It's such a struggle. It's such a struggle. And I go through periods where I'm able to sleep okay. And then like, for whatever reason, this whole last week, it's just been, I just wake up constantly. I have these weird dreams and they wake me up. But ever since I worked out at 5:15 a.m., slept like a baby. Well, that's what Ander says too. Ander is like, you would sleep, because he falls asleep within 5 seconds of his head hitting the pillow. And I sometimes will be like, oh, I wonder what that's like, because women are just different than men and we worry about things and constantly think about, and he was like, listen, it has nothing to do with worrying about things, because when I was bishop, I had a lot of things to worry about. It's the fact that I am out on a lake in the sunshine for 8+ hours a day and have 2 giant long commutes, one in the morning and one at night. I am exhausted. I'm physically exhausted. So if you did what I did, you would sleep like a baby too. And I'm like, that's fair. That's totally fair. So Trekkie was up for 26 straight hours last year. Not a pleasant experience. I have been up for almost 24 hours. When I went to my cousin's bazillionaire wedding, bazillion dollar wedding in Boston, I flew out there on a it was technically a red eye flight. I think I had to be up at 4 and be at I had to leave my apartment at 4. And then I got to the airport at like 5. And then I flew to Boston. And then that same night when we went to the Barking Crab, which is down on the wharf in Boston, everybody was just settling in for like a super long night of a party because the wedding was that evening. And then we biked to the Barking Crab. And I was like, midnight rolls around, 1 a.m. rolls around. I'm like, dude, I've been awake for almost 24 hours. And I didn't even sleep very well last night because I had to be up at 4. I was like, dude, I have to go to bed. And I kept asking have I told you guys this? I had kept asking all these people, like, how do we get home? Because we had parked at the Boston Public Library or whatever, wherever it was they got married. And then we biked. So we parked our cars there. And then we biked to the Barking Crab, which took like 45 minutes to bike through the city because it was a Saturday night. And so nobody had cars. So I was like, how are people getting back to their car? Like, how are people getting back to their cars? And I guess buses were supposed to come, but not until like 4 a.m. because everybody was just hunkering down, getting ready to party all night long at this restaurant. She like rented out the whole restaurant for the night. And I was like, oh, no. I need to go home. Like, I've been awake for almost 24 hours. I need to go home. And everybody was like, oh, really? You really want to leave? Well, I mean, you could call an Uber. And I was like, I didn't get any pity from anybody. And I was so frustrated because I was like, this is not a matter of me not wanting to be here and spend time with you guys. This is a matter of me being so tired I can barely see straight. Like, I couldn't even drive right now because I am so tired. And so luckily, since we were family, around like 2 or 3 a.m., my aunt was like, I'm ready to go home. And since she was like the mother of the bride, apparently the buses were like around the corner the whole time. And so she like tottered over to this bus and was like, I want to go home. And the bus driver was like, well, we've got orders to stay here until X amount of X time or whatever. And then the wedding planner, like breathlessly comes around the corner. She was like, this is the mother of the bride and you will drive her wherever she wants to go. And we were like, we'll jump on that bus. And he literally drove us straight to our Airbnb, straight there. He didn't take us to like a car or whatever because we'd driven with a friend. He took us straight to our Airbnb. I don't think I've ever fallen asleep faster than that. So I know what it's like to almost be up for 24 hours. It was totally insane. Yeah, they did this whole bike thing where like half the city of Boston was on the bikes. There were bikes and there were pedicabs. And we'd all just been at this wedding. And so they told us to bring clothes to change into, but like my hair was all done up and everything. And I couldn't put a helmet on. And they said that the Barking Crab was just a 10 to 15 minute bike ride away. They lied. I was on that bike for like almost an hour. It was insane. And so not only was I almost up for 24 hours, but then I rode a bike for almost an hour through the city of Boston. And all these people were honking at us because they hated us. And I didn't blame them. We were taking up all this space. It was crazy. Mactastic, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. Shane says, my wife said I can't stay up 24 hours. I bet her a Switch 2 guilt-free. She laughed and laughed, but she didn't agree to it. She knows what's up. Yeah, I think that's the only time I've stayed up for almost 24 hours straight. But the reality is when you have a brand new baby, there's very little sleep happening. And I remember when I was a brand new mom both times, I probably could have slept through a natural disaster. I was so sleep deprived. And it's wild to me that they send you home after like 3 days in the hospital. I had a C-section, so I was in the hospital for a couple extra days and because major abdominal surgery. And they're just kind of like, okay, here's this tiny helpless being. You're so tired you can't even see straight, but go ahead and strap it in that little car seat. We'll see you later. Bye. What? Like, what is this? This is terrible. It was absolutely awful. Hey, it's Scarecrow. We weren't allowed to be bored. It was instilled in us to appreciate our things. And that's what I tried to tell Auden yesterday. I was like, dude, if you go over to your friend's house, he's gonna have all these toys that you're gonna want to play with. She was like, no, I don't want to go. So yesterday kind of fell apart. And now I'm just using this as a venting session, and I shouldn't. It's just no, 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 no. I am a positive person, and I like to try and find the silver lining in things, but these last couple days have been very challenging for me emotionally. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's because I have a toddler birthday party coming up. Maybe it's because Ander just turned 40 and I wanted his day to be special yesterday, and Auden and maybe it's because I'm just sick of being around my kids all the time. That's probably part of it. I love my children. I would do anything for them, but there are times where I'm like, for the love, I just wish you would leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Oh my gosh. One time I was up all night and then went to a water park all day. Well, how old were you? Like in your 20s? Yeah, no, I could have done that back in my 20s and my teens. Now, no. The grandson complains all the time of being bored. I'm like, dude, you never sat in a car for hours while the parents ran into a wallpaper store, and it shows. I'm a positive person too. I am positive. Things are falling apart. Reminded of this scene in the My Little Pony movie when they're all like, what? Because Auden's been watching it on repeat. They're walking through the desert and Pinkie Pie like picks up a skull and she's like, maybe this guy knows where we're going. And she like passes out on the ground. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much how I feel pretty much right now. Put on my positive pants. I can do this. I'm gonna pull my pants up. I can do this. Thankfully, we have games. Oh, my sister, it's Lindsay. My sister sent me these darling pictures of these pots that she's been painting. These like flower pots. And she sent it to us all in like a family group text and was like, hey, I just wanted to show you some of these little planter pots that I've been painting instead of playing games in the evenings. And it's been really fun. And they're so cute. My sister's an artist. So she drew like little roly-polies, like little roly-poly bugs around the outside of one. It's super cute. And of course my stepmom was like, oh, so much more productive than games. I was like, but what if you don't want to be productive? What if I don't want to be? That is probably my biggest issue when people are like, games. I'm like, what if I don't want to be productive? What if I want to escape? How is playing a game any different than burying yourself in a book or watching a movie? What if I don't want to be productive? What if I just want to sit and zone out and be transported to another world? Oh, look at that. I got a balloon right there. And be transported to another world where I don't have to take care of anybody else. Like I can just be totally like, just do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Not everything has to be productive. You can just sit and play a game and not accomplish anything, but that is accomplishing something like in your head. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's Landrider. Hello from class. No idea what's going on. To be totally honest, I don't know what's going on either. I was just going. I also can't play games in cars. I can't read in a car. I can't play a game. I can do it on an airplane, but I cannot do it in a car. I get so sick if I try to do anything but literally just like stare out the window. It's really, really bad. It's really bad. I know, Robin Williams. Hello! With all the pie on his face. Yeah, I get the vibe that she was told that games were bad as a child and is now trying to pass on that attitude. Yucky. It's interesting. I actually kind of feel the same way, but I think part of the problem also is the fact that she's never been into them. And so I think she just is kind of like, well, I don't like them, so no one else should, maybe. But I think another part of it is that I think she's seen grandkids or maybe kids of her own or something like totally fall off the face of the earth and become totally absent in society because they had gaming addictions, which are very real. Totally real, but just because somebody plays games does not mean they're addicted. Okay, I think we can all agree on that. Hey, it's collaboration. Oh, things are going. It's been kind of a weird couple of days, to be totally honest. And this day is going to be so long because I have to take both girls with me to the church tonight. So that means everybody's going to get to bed late, which means I'm going to pay for it tomorrow because the later Auden goes to bed, the more of a monster she is. Because I can't let her sleep in. We got to get Charlotte to school. Oh, I could get Charlotte to school late. Wants to escape, plays Dark Souls. Alcoholic father has invaded your world. Yeah. That's fair. It's like, it's like, I'm relaxing. I do this to relax. Can't you tell I'm relaxing? I guess it really kind of depends. Kind of depends on what you're doing and like what game you're playing. Because Darkwood, no. Darkwood is just stressy a lot. So I know it's like, this is the first time I've ever not had somebody to be here with Auden on a Wednesday night, which is wild because I've been going to youth activities for months and months and months. This is the first time Ander has either not been home or I haven't been able to get somebody to be here to put Auden to bed on time. But for whatever reason, tonight is just that night. And so I was just like, well, crap. Now I got to take her with me. Activities don't get over until 8, which means we're not going to get home until at the earliest we're going to get home at 8:30 because I don't leave right at 8. I got to make sure everybody gets out and everybody's parents are there and like nobody's left at the building and nobody gets snatched. You know, they're my responsibility. So the earliest we would get home is 8, which means the earliest she's going to fall asleep is 9. And that's late for her. So VT's like, I'm not addicted. I just actively choose to do so. I mean, I agree. Like, if there's something that you enjoy, it's like I said, it's no different than reading a book or watching a movie. We celebrated Anders' birthday yesterday. We went out and got him hot wings and we celebrated and it was nice to go out. But Ander really wanted to go to lunch, just the two of us, but we couldn't make that happen. It was kind of I don't know. It was just one of those days. I know girl math went viral, but I need parent math to be exposed to the masses, like daylight saving coming up, right? So if I put the kids to bed at this time, you always have to do backwards math where you're like, okay, so if we need to be there at 10, it's going to take us an hour to get out the door, but that means it's going to take another hour for us to do breakfast, which means it's going to take another, like, it's just totally insane. And as your kids get older, that's less of a problem, right? Because Charlotte now can kind of do whatever. Like she can go to bed late and be tired the next morning, but be okay. But when you have like a little kid, heaven help you, because it can be totally insane. He didn't want to eat fish. No, he wanted hot wings and he got the hottest wings. The hottest wings. We went to Plucker's Wing Bar, which has something called Fire in the Hole. If you eat 15 of them, you get your picture put up on a board. So next time one of my old person Facebook friends posts a books are better than X image, I'm just going to post a list of games with better narratives than most books. That's fair. I mean, I don't want, it's good, but it's kind of like their prices have skyrocketed since the pandemic. Wings are so expensive there now, but they have really good chicken, but it's just really expensive. Oh, but they have fried mac and cheese as an appetizer. I need you guys to understand how good fried mac and cheese is. If daylight savings got canceled, would you rather the extra hour of light in the morning or at night? At night. Ander wants it to be daylight saving all the time, every day. Like what we observe in the summertime, that's what he wants all the time. And Ander is a unique person in the fact that his job he goes off of the sunrise whenever the sun rises. So he doesn't gain an hour of sleep or lose an hour of sleep. He just wakes up when the sun comes up. So it doesn't really matter to him. Like he's just like, well, if the sun comes up at 7, then that's what time our trip starts. If the sun comes up at 6, that's what time our trip starts. It doesn't really matter whether it's daylight saving or not. But I would rather have it be daylight saving, like where it's earlier, later in the day. I hate coming out of a business at like 5 p.m. and having it be pitch black outside. I hate that so much. Ugh. I know, that's what I told Andrew. I was like, are you sure about that? You do work over the next couple days, right? It depends on the day. Some days he has 2 guided trips where he does like 5 hours in the morning and then 5 hours, the first 5 hours of daylight and the last 5 hours of daylight. Some days he has like a full trip that's like 8 hours that starts in the morning and then goes 8 hours. Sometimes he does an evening trip, which starts kind of late mid-morning and then goes until sundown. You know, it really just depends on what's fishing the best and what his clients are looking for, kind of what the, you know, where is kind of the closest to them that will give them the best fish. Yeah, he's up at like 3:45, 4 o'clock in the morning on a lot of summer days. Yep. And then he works until And on days that he has 2 guided trips, because the sunrise and the sunset are so far away from each other, he'll do like the first 5 hours of morning. So he'll wake up at like 4, and then he'll have to be at the lake by like 5-ish or something like that, maybe 5:30. And then he'll work for those 5 hours. But then he has this giant chunk in the middle of the day where he can go park somewhere and like take a nap or go eat lunch or whatever, because it doesn't make it worth it for him to drive home, because a lot of times he's driving 45 minutes to an hour to a lake somewhere. And he's like really close by the next couple days, I think, but because there are some lakes that are close as well. But then he doesn't get home until like after 11, because the sun sets so late that he has to get all his stuff together, get the boat hooked up, and then drive like an hour home. So the worst days for him are like smack bang in the middle of summertime, when he's up before the sun rises and home. He's not home until way after the sun sets. And those are long days. So that's one of the reasons we took Thursdays off too, is I was like, dude, you're going to need that. You are going to need some healing and some sleep on those Thursdays. Maybe different there, but around some of the best fishing can be before sunrise. Oh yeah, that's why he says sunrise. That's why it's always the first 5 hours of light or the last 5 hours of light, because it's either right as the sun's coming up or as the sun's going down. He prefers in the morning, but yeah, his boat trip. So he takes people out and teaches them how to fish, and he takes them out on his boat. And so they meet at the parking lot or whatever, like right before the sun comes up. So yeah, it can make for some really, really long. She's singing to me over there. What? I appreciate that so much, Sweet Pea. So I showed Charlotte some footage of Kana, and she was instantly in love, which was not surprising. I told her that she was going to love it, and I also loved it. And I'm really looking forward to continuing playing it. I really didn't mean for today to turn into like this rant. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. Yeah, the darkness before you're even home is so depressing. Yeah, anytime you come out of like 5 o'clock and it's dark. What, honey? I'm working, babe. Well, Anders says that an entrepreneur, somebody that's an entrepreneur, I cannot get you a lollipop, sorry, is the only person that's going to put in an 80-hour work week so that I don't have to work a 40-hour work week. He just told, like, he used to work for Wells Fargo, and he just said, I want to be able to make my own hours, and I want to be able to, what it really comes down to is flexibility, because he said, I don't want to miss my kids' first steps. I don't want to miss my kids' first word. I want to have the flexibility to be able to, and I'm grateful for that too, because I needed a lot of help when Auden was like, well, she was born during his really busy season, so that was hard. But like if I ever got really sick or something, like he could kind of rearrange trips and things like that. And it was really kind of all about flexibility and just being in charge of his own schedule and being able to plan things or take days off when he wanted to and not have to answer to anybody else. And I totally respect that. But man, he works so hard. He works so hard. And here's a shout out to my sweet, sweet husband today on his 40th birthday. I have never, ever met anybody that works quite as hard as him. This is me personally. And he came from a pretty broken family. His mom has some mental health issues that made things challenging and hard. He's got 3 younger sisters that are all like within a year apart of each other. They were just menaces, and they came along when he was probably like a young teenager. And so he was kind of responsible for helping, take care of them. And they were just menaces. But he is probably one of the most, he's such a spiritually strong person. And, he and I met in high school, and, when he served his mission for the church, we wrote letters to each other back and forth, even though I was technically dating this other kid. And I was like a mess and falling apart, and my life was a mess. And he was like untouchable, basically, in like this, I imagined in this perfect place. It wasn't perfect. He had plenty of struggles and had plenty of craziness, but he was doing what he should have been doing. He was where he needed to be, and he loved it. It changed his life. His mission is one of his favorite things he's ever done in his life. And when he got home, I remember kind of being totally honest with him and telling him that over the last 2 years, I wasn't totally honest in my letters because I didn't want to bring him down and I didn't want to make him worry and I didn't want to seem like I was, but that it had been a pretty bad 2 years and I was totally miserable and I just felt lost and alone and I just didn't, I didn't know. I never felt suicidal, but there were definitely times where I was like, I would just be really nice to not have to wake up tomorrow morning because I just don't want to, I was basically being a mom to my mom when I was in high school. I've been a mom to my mom twice now. And I struggled a lot. And I can say with complete certainty that Ander absolutely changed my life because he chose to accept that I wasn't, that I had made some choices and things that he didn't really agree with, but that people can change and that people can become better and that there is no failing if you keep trying. And I really would not be where I am today without him. And he's a great dad and he is a wonderful, wonderful person. And he's an introvert and I'm an extrovert, but we go together in that way. And I'm just really lucky to have him. So there's my little birthday. He would be so embarrassed if he knew that I was saying something like this on live, but I love him and I appreciate everything he does. He works so hard for our little family. And I wish I could repay him, but I don't really know how to do that. So no, his business doesn't work. Like there's none of this like time off or like take a vacation or anything like that. He couldn't sell his company or anything. Like it's just him. Oh, collaboration. You're so nice. Oh, that's so nice of you. You were so kind. Wow. Yeah. It's, oh, that was such a lovely surprise. He is just and so I'm just going to say this. I don't want anybody to get, I don't want this channel to go anywhere political because political is just not what I started streaming for. I've seen a lot of hatred toward men over the last, 5, 6, 7 years. And, oh, wow. Thank you guys so much. We've got resubs happening, gift subs. Oh, y'all are so kind. I've seen so many, and maybe I'm just seeing this because I don't know, maybe I watched one video of it. And so YouTube has recommended more and more and more. I'm sure this probably isn't everybody, but I do see this kind of trend of being like, well, what do men bring to society? What do men offer? We don't need them. We don't need men. Women can do this and women can do anything a man can do, but better. And I am all for women's happiness and women being strong and empowered. I think that's great. But I also think it's really unhealthy to just totally generalize and just be like, well, men just suck. I don't think that's true. I think there are a lot of crappy men out there, sure, but there are also a lot of crappy women. So to just generalize and just say, oh, well, you're a man, so your opinion doesn't count, or you're a man, so this doesn't happen or whatever. There's part of me that wants to be like, who hurt you? Because there are so many good men out there. And my husband is one of them. My brother is one of them. My dad is one of them. And I kind of resent that when people say, well, men don't bring anything to society and we don't need them and women can just do whatever. I am a believer that we complement each other. And I think that's really beautiful and wonderful. Andrew and I are not the same. We are equal, but we're not the same. We have different strengths and different weaknesses. And I love that about our relationship. We're like puzzle pieces. I don't want to do all the same things he does. I have different strengths than he has. And I think that's totally okay. So that's all I'm going to say. I just don't appreciate all the hate that I've seen because I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's entirely fair because all the meanest things that have ever been said or done to me in my life have been done by women. So, hey, and it's Van! Oh, you guys are so nice. We got a hype train. Go to prison and see how important fathers are. 100%. I've listened to so many TED Talks and things like that about the importance of fathers, and not only the importance of fathers, but just the importance of like families in general. And I understand that not everybody had that. And I completely understand that that is not on the table for everybody. 100%. I totally understand that. But I don't think we can just ignore these statistics of how important having a father is in the home, or having a mother is in the home, or whatever, or if you can, having a father and a mother in the home that actually get along and actually provide, a good safe space for their kids. I think it's really I think it's really unwise to just ignore that. And I think people don't want to look at that information because it makes them uncomfortable, because maybe that's not what they had, or maybe they, you know what I mean? But it's a real thing. It is a really real thing. And I just don't appreciate hate on any front. And it just irritates me because I'm like, my brother's a good man. My dad is a good man. Like, they're out there, but I don't think hate is justified to just generalize and say, oh, well, men are just stupid and can't do anything. I don't feel like that's fair. I don't feel like that's fair at all. Because if men were on TikTok or whatever saying the same thing about women, we would be outraged. So I don't think it's very fair. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. I love my husband. I love my dad. I love my brother. My brother's made some really, really poor decisions in his life. And that sucks. And my brother is kind of seeing a lot of those consequences, but that doesn't make him a bad person. And he loves his children, and he loves his siblings, and he loves his nieces. And he is such a good-hearted person. He's gotten mixed up in some things he shouldn't have, and he's made some choices that he probably shouldn't have. But you know what? Haven't we all? So anyway, gotta be honest, that is a very small but vocal minority. That is what we refer to as chronically online. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying is, to me, it seems like there are all these people screaming it, but it's really probably a small minority that, well, what is it? The squeaky wheel gets the grease, when somebody's when they're yelling the loudest, they get the most attention or whatever. So I'm just saying things that I have personally seen, and I just don't think it's fair to generalize hate on any just group of people just because they're that group of people. I just don't, I don't know. And that's true. There are men online that say those types of things. But anyway, I've just seen a lot of, just kind of division anyway. But I just think we should, and this just all goes down to, well, exactly what collaboration says. It just all comes down to, we should be kind to one another, and we should try and understand one another instead of just generalizing and just saying, oh, well, your opinion doesn't matter because you're a man or you're a woman or whatever. My mother-in-law feels very, very, hurt by a lot of the men that she's had in her life that have made poor decisions and exercised their own free will, which has hurt her. And I completely understand that 100%. But that does not mean that just every single man she meets is a terrible person. And I have a hard time with that mentality because I'm like, well, I married your son, and like, you had a dad who you say was a really good man, and my dad's a good man, my brother's a good man. And I know plenty of, like, I have friends that are married to good men, and I mean, anybody can fall short. But I just think that's a kind of a dangerous mentality to get into, is just because you were hurt by this one person doesn't mean that every single other person like that is a terrible, terrible person. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, so I appreciate all the gifts and everything, all the gift subs and all that stuff. You guys are so kind. I didn't want to, it was my tiny little soapbox there for a minute, simply because I am honored to spend my time and be able to, spend my life with a person that I believe is a really good person. And I know they're out there. I know they are. Are there a lot of jerks out there? Sure. Of course there are. And there will always be, because people aren't perfect. But I think anyway, I feel like I'm getting myself into a huge rabbit hole. So maybe I'm opening way too big of a can of worms. I don't know. Let's see. I guess this is kind of one for every. Oh my gosh, I've been talking for 45 minutes. That's insane. Thanks for the hype train, y'all. And thanks, Collaboration, for that tip. That was so kind of you. Now I can go treat Andrew to maybe we can go to lunch together. There are many reasons why some groups of people have more jerks, but even then it's overwhelmingly correlation, not causation. Yeah, it is a time of war, blah, 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 Senate, blah, 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 Palpatine, blah, 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 the galaxy. Yeah, maybe we can actually like go to lunch together. That would be awesome. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. For me, I just believe life is important. I believe life is important. I believe life matters. And I believe everybody has the right to be treated, to respect is earned. But I believe that, you can't judge somebody just based off of whether they're a man or whether they're a woman or whatever, right? We know that, right? That's not cool. We can't just judge a book by its cover, right? We know this. This is what we teach our children. But I'm just such an advocate for choosing kindness because I believe in a Father in heaven that created all people. And I believe that we're children of a heavenly Father and that we were created in his image and we should be kind to one another because we were all created by the same loving heavenly Father. And he does not like to see division among us because it's kind of our differences that bring us together. I don't know, but obviously I'm a religious person. You guys know that, but I just love people. I really love people. Hey, and it's Napsy. 5K Easy has been introduced to Star Wars and our conversations are now amazing. Who's Princess Layers? That's so cute. Oh my gosh. I tried to show Charlotte Star Wars and she made it about halfway through the first movie and she was like, I think I'm done. And I was like, oh, okay, you don't love it? She was like, no. Princess Layers is so cute. Nope, derail me. That's fine, because I feel like I was kind of going off on a tangent anyway. So, oh man, look at these nice inverted controls. So good, so good. You can judge a book by its cover. Just be sure to mark the assessment as preliminary. That's true, but you may be surprised if you crack it open and take a look inside. But we're all, one of my old clients told me, I like to teach my kids that we're all pink inside. And I was like, what? She said, like if I get cut and like a black person gets cut, we bleed the same color, right? We have the same color inside. So I was like, all right, that's fair. So that's what I teach Charlotte. Like, we're all pink inside. I don't know. Okay, we're finally, I feel so sad that I wasn't able to play this game yesterday. I was really, really looking forward to it.
Hey, Mr. Rusu, we've been looking for you.
I keep wanting to call him Rumu, but he is not Rumu. He's Rusu. Is he a person?
Our friend Kena. She's here to help Taro.
Ooh. All these people, even though they're like older people, they still look really cute because they've got these massive eyes.
The trees here grew strong, drawing on its energy. And the land was once in
Okay, so is he a spirit? Or is he a person?
Like all things,
No, he must be a spirit because he can see the little children.
a natural cycle. One that our village struggled to understand. As the shrine's power began to fade, a devastating famine struck our village. Taro lost his parents, and he was left to take care of Benny and Saya.
So, okay, wait, hold on.
I should have done more to help Taro. And now I can only watch as his spirit struggles.
We can still help Taro, Rusu. There's a relic covered by the corruption at your house. But I need a way to break through.
That weapon you carry, I sense it holds a deeper power.
Ooh.
The staff belonged to my father. It's been in our family for generations.
Okay, wait, so remind me, is she alive? She's like a real person. So she is a spirit guide. So she helps guide the spirits.
I may be powerless against the corruption.
Okay.
But I can teach you a new way to fight it back.
Ooh, teach it to me, baby. Let's do this. I love his mask so much.
To a trained archer, The bow is simply an extension of the body.
Oh, shoot. Now I gotta play with a bow? Oh, no. I'm so bad at aiming a bow.
A spirit guide's staff is no different.
I did. Oh, okay, good. I was gonna say I did beat both Horizon and Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West, but aiming with joysticks is not ideal.
Ground yourself. Feel the energy.
She has the teensiest nose.
Draw on its power.
Oh, I do get a bow. Whoa, that's cool. That was unexpected. Dang. Woo! I just got goosebumps. Nice. Hopefully it gives me an edge. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, this game. I mean, I just started it on... Okay, wait. On these targets. When you're finished, feel free to practice at other stations I've set up. Okay. Press and hold L2 to aim. Oh, this feels familiar. While holding L2, press and release R2 to fire an arrow. I am not gonna lie. I did not think that this was gonna be... Oh, they're moving! Ah! Oh, biscuits. So can I only... okay. So I can only do 3. I only have 4 shots. Okay, I only have 4 shots. Okay, well, it's been a long time since I have played any sort of aiming game like this. So it's gonna be a struggle for a minute, but we'll get there. We will get there. So she is alive. Yes. Okay, she's alive. And oh, hey, I just checked today and all those 860 bots are gone. If I look at my activity feed here, it just says unknown user, unknown user, unknown user, and my follower count is back down to like 1,002. So I feel confident that I made the right choice. Instead of trying to delete them all myself, they fell off by themselves, which is nice. Why does that have a thing above it? Oh, am I supposed to warp back to his house? What is this? Wait. Okay, wait. Oh, Taro's fear. Clear the corruption at Rusu's house. Is there no other way to like... That sounded scary. That sounded like there was a creature right behind me. Oh, I see them in that tree. I think so. Oh, surprise, surprise. There you are.
Right over there.
Oh, no. Ah. Oh, I let that go, but it didn't. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Thanks. just played, played Horizon. Like, it's fine. Yeah, so if you ever get like bot rated or anything, just report a couple of them and they'll fall off eventually. I guess it kind of depends on like, it depends on how comfortable you feel. I didn't feel comfortable using a third party because I was afraid I was going to lose like real people. But is he just going to follow me? Oh, what's up, buddy? Now I haven't. Oh. I told Charlotte she needs to play this game on story mode. I think she could absolutely play this game on story mode. I may have to help her with the bosses a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. You know what? I wish. Oh, what am I aiming? Okay. Hold on. Controls. That's it? That's all we get? Okay. Game? Oh, we don't have Oh, of course we don't. We don't have motion controls for aiming. I really, really wish we had that because that is so helpful to me. I play with the motion controlling aiming in both Horizon Remastered and Horizon Zero Dawn or Forbidden West. It's not because I only use the aiming. It's just like for when you just need to move like a millisecond to the left or something. You're back? What is your deal, man? Okay, cool. And then okay. Channel your inner brave. If you had the chance to, what is it? Change your fate, would you? I haven't seen Brave in a really long time. Wow, that was bad. That was bad. I'm sorry. How is those things? I thought I did that. We're gonna use all, y'all. Why? There we go. Doesn't that... Oh, do I shoot it now? Oh! Wait, what? Why was that a thing? I had to shoot it? I was referring to Nora Brave, but the movie works too. Oh, that's fair. That's totally fair. That is fair. Okay, so that... Okay. Yeah, I have put this game off for so long. I'm not really sure why. I always regret it. When I put games off, I always, always, always regret it. Chain! Since we were just talking about this. I love that show. It's Kazoo's Day, isn't it? Ooh, that looks freaky. Oh man, it's Mac! It's Mac, it's Mac, it's Mac, it's Mac, it's Mac. It's Mac, it's Mac, it's Mac, it's Mac, it's Mac. Come on and get you, Mac. You're gonna love it, Mac. Oh, biscuits. Come on and get you, Mac. Oh, did he die? Oh, he did. I knocked him off that tree and he... Yeah, I really wish I could motion aim. That would be really helpful. Oh, more of them. Oh, biscuits and gravy. Oh, he fell really fast. Why? Oh yeah, this is like Horizon, man. You can like dodge while you're holding your bow and arrow and everything. It's great. It's better than Mac. It's Mac. It's better than Mac. It's Mac. Oh, he's back. There we go. We just learned. Okay. Man, these creature designs. Oh, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. That was definitely I could see that coming because that was a bad situation. So wait, can I not aim while I am... Oh no, I cannot. What is that? What is that flower? I want that flower. Oh, there was a chest up there. Okay, there was a secret. Secret. Oh, we gotta do all this again? That's right. Right. Great. So this is Rusu's house. Okay. Aim while you're dead? No, you cannot. I'm alive! I can talk! I can juggle! No, I cannot. I got too confident in myself. Yeah, just knock them all off their trees. How did you... I thought you fell off. Like when they see Gandalf. You fell. He fell. Oh, that was quick. That was easy. It's salty! Secret tunnel! I know every single time. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's like, what is this tiny little bug? Oh, yeah, get the yellow things on him. Oh, no. Oh. Well, that is all that's going to happen there because all the other yellow things are on his back. So, oh, yes, baby. And all that rot. I haven't collected any more rot yet, but what? Yeah, okay, you think. Oh, okay. Don't run through that stuff. It makes you sick. Oh my gosh. Whoa! Okay, that was awesome. I loved that a lot. This fight is bad. Okay, that doesn't do anything, Kana. Run. No! Okay. It's kind of like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, is that there's stuff everywhere if you look in the right spot. Oh, that's fair. Eeny tiny toys. I love that. Okay, wait. How do I get there? It's like... Let's see. If I... Okay, but... Hold on. So if I go to... Oh, no. If I go down this way... No lies. This way. See, there's this thing. Yeah, there are these flowers. Okay, well... if I jump... Oh, yeah! Okay. Oh. Oh! Yeah! What? Okay, that I did not expect. I was thinking it was gonna... Do we get a hat? Oh, a charm stone. Oh. I did not realize that was gonna pull me up toward the hat. The flower. Charm stones are hidden throughout the world and can also be earned by completing trials in a mask shrine. Equip charm stones to augment Kana's abilities, giving her unique advantages in combat. Study the details to find the perfect charm stone for the next battle. Man, they really... Shield energy fully restored on parry. Wait, how much does it cost to unlock? Oh, wait, I have to unlock it? I just got it. What? I don't like that. What is this? Parry counter. Press R3 while yes. I do want that. Okay, that's worth it. That's worth it. Hayes is like, I must leave and I'm sad, so I compensate with humor. Hayes. It's Hayes. It's Hayes. It's Hayes. It's Hayes. It's Hayes. Okay, so now we know to grab... Oh, I guess we can go this way. To shoot those flowers, and that time does slow down if you aim. Oh, that's helpful, actually. Hold on. Can that happen like while I'm just walking around? Because I utilized that a lot. No, I mean, kind of. I utilized that so much in Breath of the, or what's it called? Horizon. The first time I played Horizon, I did not. I never utilized that slowed jump. Okay, but if you're holding your bow and arrow, you cannot jump, which is odd. Okay, that's different than Horizon, then. Oh, they can oh, that's why. I got it. Oh man, not having these motion controls is definitely kind of screwing me up just a little bit. Yeah, that'll help me with what's his face. Oh, I didn't even look at his name. Maybe I can shoot those yellow thingies, because I'll probably die. So we'll try again. I'll probably die and have to slide down that big mudslide yet again. Oh, I don't like that if she jumps while she's holding her bow and arrow, she just stops aiming. That's frustrating. Okay. Yeah. That took a lot longer than the last time. I'm the log song. Taze, taze. Oh yeah, so he has like a thing on his head. Oh, I jumped right into them. Ow. Now! Oh, oh, oh gosh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I keep wanting to aim while, or like run while, or jump while I'm holding my, you know what? Yeah, go to. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. That was helpful. Okay, that's how you do that. Oh, he's the Wood Knight. And I knew that was coming, and I did not do anything about it. Okay. Oh, you are so scary. Who hurt you? Oh my gosh. Can I not use rot at all? Oh, biscuits. Oh. Does that hurt him? I can't even tell. Oh my gosh. Is he a hollow Wood Knight? Ooh, that was close. I can't aim on your back. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh, that didn't help. Well, it kind of helped. I would have died. Am I supposed to take this guy down? Oh my gosh. Am I supposed to take him down with my arrow, or am I supposed to take... That doesn't hurt him. That does. Okay. Oh. Kenna. What am I doing? I'm so sorry. What am I doing? Wait, bow and arrow? I don't even know. Oh my gosh. You are so tall. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So he doesn't gain those spots back? Oh, that was stupid. I knew it was gonna come back, and I still like ran up. Oh. Yeah! That was pretty great, if I do say so myself. What's he doing? Is he... Oh. Oh. Oh, shoot, I missed it! Dang it! Oh, 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 oh. Oh, that's when you do it, right at the very... Okay. I knew it! I was gonna die again. Wood. 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 Man, okay, okay, okay. So you build up being able to use your rot by either gathering courage that enemies drop or by getting in hits. Is that right? So if I can't use my rot, if I can get a couple hits in, then I will be able to use my rot. Right? Okay. Oh, that's already open. That is so cool. I love that a lot. Okay, 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 okay. Oh, they're just lanterns. I thought if you, like, shot them... I am so good. I am so good. They're just lanterns. They looked kind of like the things on his back. I hate doing this whole part again every single time. Hollywood Night. Wood. Hollywood. Okay. Give you something to dance about over here. Or he just left. I really love the music in this game. Yeah. Oh, the fact that you have to, that you can't be aiming to jump is really frustrating. That is different than Horizon, and that is gonna mess me up a lot because I'm used to it. I'm also used to being able to aim on my... Okay, all right. Okay, I'll have to go get Charlotte in like 10 minutes. Oh, that's not what I... Oh, son of a biscuit! Oh, beans. Ah! Got you in the face. Oh, see, and that gave me a thing of... What's it called? Okay, okay, okay. Oh, he was hidden, or it was hidden. Dang it. I tried. Okay. This guy is challenging. I am not gonna lie. That was stupid. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Yeah, this is bad. This is so bad. Back in my day, we didn't have motion aiming. Dude, it wasn't even back in your day. Motion aiming only became a thing in the last, what? When did motion aiming become a thing? With the PS5? Because I certainly didn't have it. Such language. Biscuit and beans within a few seconds of each other. Even if you aren't doing visible damage to the baddies, it helps your rot build up so they can do a big attack that will do damage. Okay, that's helpful. Apparently this is all I'm going to do today for this stream. The Wood Knight. He is formidable. Or maybe I'm just bad. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Wii was first. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I was thinking of a controller like this. But you are right. You are right. You are right. Got it. Do the rot gain their little, like, can I gain stuff by hitting with my bow and arrow as well? I guess it's technically my staff, so. Okay. Ow! You know, it'd be helpful if I didn't get hit from these fellas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, aiming with joysticks is not ideal. It is definitely not ideal, but it happens. See, while she's aiming like that, you should be able to jump, but... Hey, it's Hulk and Strong! I switched from mouse aiming to gyro motion in 2015 with the Steam controller. Oh, I was not paying attention, oh my gosh. Oh, that was so bad, okay? Dang it. You know what? Oh, that makes 3 hits in a row. Good day in the morning. I'm doing worse. Every time I do this fight, I do worse. Ah. Oh, that's right. I can, like... So that builds up rot? Oh, it does. That's right. Yeah, that was good. Oh, just want that. Thank you. Ah! There's no way. I'm not going to stay alive. Oh, sometimes you gotta, like, aim and, like, dodge. Ow! Sometimes you gotta dodge, like, into the... Like, you need to jump into the baddie. This fight is giving me a run for my money. Yeah, so the staff became the bow, which is really cool. So this guy, this Rusu, he taught me to, like, focus. And now my staff is also a bow, but I am not very bad. I'm not very good at it. I do feel like Horizon's aiming mechanics are just a little bit better, but not by much. I am bothered the most by the fact that you cannot be aiming and then jump. If you aim and jump, she immediately puts her bow away. And that is frustrating because it's like, nobody would do that. Not in real life. Probably not. I don't know, maybe. These fights, when it takes you so long to get to, like, it takes you so long to get to the baddie because I can dodge too. Or I can also, what's the term I'm looking for? Parry, maybe. So how do I know that they die? Oh, the other dudes come. That was not a lot of life that went down. That was it. Okay. If you had to land with a bow for more than a few feet, you'd have trouble keeping your balance. That's true. That is true. Here I am, just making... He gives you a second to, like, look at him in the face. Oh, I don't think I needed that. Ah! Why didn't my rock help me? Yeah! Okay, that was good. What am I trying to do here? I don't even know. Oh, really? Oh, my aiming is so bad. Ah. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, that was fine, I guess. Oh. Oh, beans. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know how that worked, but okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I do not know how I survived that. Hey, it's Mud. Oh my gosh. I gotta check my bus app and make sure my child is like coming home. You know what I'm saying? I hate it when this happens in the middle of a... Whoa. What? Oh, yeah. I hate it when this happens in the middle of a boss fight when I'm trying to like... I'm in the middle of the super epic boss fight. And then I'm like, oh, hold on. I gotta go get my kid from the bus. Okay. Okay. Wait. Where was that? I almost dodged it, but I didn't. Okay, that's fine. Do you also build rot stuff when you get hurt? Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Oh, that was not as good. No. Oh, I forgot the buttons. Ah! Oh, no, get it! Ah! Yeah, okay, that was good. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Oh, stay away from him. Oh, gosh. Oh, no! I ran. Oh! Ran straight into... I am gonna die. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way. I like the gnarly wooden baddies, too. I love the design. The design is super, super cool. I'm down. Okay, wait. A game to put on my radar. Team 17%'s Ritual of Ravens. What am I doing? I'm aiming. I'm doing all sorts of things. Where are my notes? Okay, here's some notes. Ritual of Ravens. What is this game like? Is it like a Metroidvania? Is it like a... Like what... Tell me about it. Tell me about it. You know what? I'm just gonna pause for a second because... No, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to beat the monkeys, and then we will pause it right when bad Mama Jamma comes, because I don't want to have to pause it in the middle of me fighting him, because it's gonna throw me off and I'm gonna die. What's this game's job? Oh, like Tunic. Okay, all right, that's fair. I have played some games. Yeah, almost. I've played some games like Tunic that I have loved, like Hyper Light Drifter, and then I've played some games like Tunic that I was like, this is really great, but there are some things that I was like, you know what? I did not love this about it. My biggest problem with Tunic was it was too vague for me, but I love games like that. I love games with that play style, but almost means just give me like a couple more minutes and then we'll go. We're at the stage where she's like, what does that mean? What does almost mean? Couple minutes, like 3 minutes. Where did he go? All right. Yes. Can we pause? Yeah, so like right here. Tunic for me was, I think part of my problem, we're going to wait until I have to go get Charlotte because I don't want to get in the middle of this. I think Tunic for me was overhyped a lot. It was hyped up so much that when I finally played it, I was like, I was confused on where to go. The map was hard for me to understand. And it was, the storyline was so vague. And I just, but at the same time, yeah, the instructions were really unclear. I loved the music. I loved the animation. I loved the boss design. I loved the fighting. But I just felt like it was, I felt like I didn't know why I was playing it. Like I was like, this is fun and cute and it's really fun to, like it's fine, I guess, but I didn't know what the end game was. I was like, what's the point of all of this? I don't understand at all. And see that's a difference between me and the people that really loved Tunic, was that I didn't want to figure out the instructions. It was hard for me to figure out. So I was like, but I played it and I beat it, but I liked Death's Door better because Death's Door, the instructions and like the goal was crystal clear. I didn't like the mini map. I got lost a lot and I felt like I kept wandering around and I would waste. And for me, for somebody that has limited time to play games, getting lost and wandering around and wasting time wandering around is problematic because I don't have that kind of time. So that frustrated me, but there were things I really loved about Tunic, but Tunic was not my favorite of those types of games. I really love Hyper Light Drifter. Hyper Light Drifter is great. And if I think about it, I don't think Hyper Light Drifter has a mini map either. Hayes would know. I don't know if Hayes is still here. How many is a couple is for a year? Yeah. Yeah, my kids are Auden is constantly like, what does maybe mean? What does almost mean? What does this mean? And I'm like, it's just one of those. Okay, buses in our neighborhood. I'm gonna pull up words on stream. Hopefully I'll gain some insight onto how to beat this guy. So I'll go to my to words on stream for you guys. I'll go grab Charlotte. Oh, I never got Tunic because I wanted it to be a Zelda clone and it was not that. Maybe that was also why I was like, eh. You know, that's my toxic gaming trait where I'm like, why isn't this more like Hollow Knight? Well, if you want to play Hollow Knight, then just play Hollow Knight. Don't complain that this other game isn't Hollow Knight. Just play the game you want to play. So I don't know. It's been a long time since I've played it, but I like that style of game with the camera angle and like the traversing the world that way. I really like games like that, but Tunic was interesting. Okay, words on stream. I'll be right back. I just almost choked. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Do you guys know what I have right now? A real Dr. Pepper. Oh my gosh. This was a birthday present. Oh yeah. I should just drink water, but I won't. I know I tried the blackberry flavor actually live on Monday, and I did not love it. It tastes like grape cough medicine to me, like my childhood grape cough medicine. It wasn't for me, but I know a lot of people really like it. I'm gonna need this to get me through the rest of the day here. Okay, since I get loud when I fight bosses, I'm gonna shut this door. Okay. Actually, this is gonna be bad regardless, because now I'm gonna get my controls messed up. It's just gonna be bad. Okay. Yeah, because I get loud. I didn't shut it all the way. It's open like this much. But Auden's watching My Little Pony. Yeah, these boss designs are so cool. Ooh, I was lucky. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the hardest one to get. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you get those... Oh, come on. Seriously? I don't know. I missed that. Does that... Okay, wait. Have we established that that builds... Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, okay. Oh. Yeah. Maybe I just needed a... No! Maybe I just needed like a breather. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was also awesome. That did me no good. It's fresh. Oh, that was not good. Oh, biscuits. Yeah, does that fill my life up? No, we're looking to hit him in the face, right? That's where the last node is. This little node. Yeah. Oh, shoot. We're out of nodes. Oh, that was an extra run. Oh my gosh. See, maybe I just needed a little breather to go get Charlotte from the bus, apparently. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. Everything's fine. Yeah. Maybe I'll get good at parrying. Maybe. Yay! I did it! You're so good at fighting bosses. You should go into some offices and clean up. Oh, that was so awesome. That was my first try after going to... I legitimately thought I was going to come back from going to get Charlotte from the bus and he was going to annihilate me within like 3 hits. First try. Okay, what do I do now? Oh. And then we shoot it. Me first. Yay! 25 rats. All the rats. I really like his, I'd love to see what's on the back of his cape because it looks like his mask and I love his mask design. Oh, that went on the map. Okay. You guys, I am not lying. That boss was pretty formidable.
I made that knife for Taro when he was a boy.
He was Taro. He was formidable because the aiming is a little clunkier than Horizon.
You love these woods.
But man, if you can utilize your rot, they really make it worth your while. Like, I remember thinking when I read that you could use your rot for whatever reason. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to use those. But they really make it worth your while to build up, not only because they can heal you with those flowers. That's one reason. But man, they completely distract those baddies. If you shoot them at the baddie's face, it's great.
By the troubles of our village.
I was not expecting that.
When he needed me most. I hope we can bring him peace. More relics are hidden in the corruption of the Forgotten Forest. I'll wait for you there.
Why are forests always forgotten? They're always forgotten, you know what I'm saying? Make sure to check all nooks and crannies so you don't miss chests/rots. Oh, I can like find more rots around here? Oh my gosh. I did just find one. How do I know? Oh, eat the food. Although he's eating this. Okay. How do I know where a rot is? Do they show me where one is? Or nooks and crannies? We're finding all the nooks and crannies. Fresh! How's it going, my friend? How are you? Wait, what are they doing? Oh, okay. Excuse me, sir. Is there a hat cart anywhere nearby? I might. Some forests are forbidden. Seems like most of them are forbidden these days, man. Most of them. Those look like, at least in games anyway. Okay. So, how do we know that there is a rot close by? Did they show you where they are?
Right there.
Wait, have I already done this? Oh, no, I haven't. Fruit. Nooks and crannies. All the crannies and nooks. Oh, that's right. That thing, like, came... Oh. Oh, that's the cool bridge thingy that I saw earlier. This is... Do I shoot that? Oh, yep. Oh man, this right here though is the bane of my existence in this game. Oh, trying to aim this is so hard. Okay, all right. Oh, that's a secret. Okay, do they need to go anywhere else? I think they do. Okay, I think we're good. Do I shoot that? I think I do. What? Cooks and crannies. There's gotta be something in here, something secret. Oh, that's what I needed it for. Okay, well, let's go back and try that again. Man, you guys, there is nothing like a legit Dr. Pepper. Nothing. It's just heaven. Heaven. I'm in... Oh. It doesn't help that the camera moves kind of wonky. Oh, is this how you guys all play? Inverted? Oh. This is so bad. Oh. Okay. It's like a cute little shrine. Kind of. Oh, that doesn't have sticky stuff on it, which means we cannot jump on it. They are all over. The rot you have will try to point them out, but if you go too fast, it's easy to miss their cues. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, okay, let's try this again. No, no. Okay. It's like controlling the camera instead of controlling... It doesn't make sense in my head, but whatever. It's fine. Oh. Yeah. What is this? Okay. So if I like move... How do I know how many... I know it is. It's all corn syrup. I know. Is there anybody here in chat that plays both inverted? Or am I the only person? And you know what? This took up a lot of my mental space last night, actually. There had to be a time that I played non-inverted. Because I played the entirety of Halo with Ander, and you cannot invert both controls in Halo. You may be able to invert up and down, but you cannot invert left and right. So there was a time... Oh, the unlocked ones run amok. There's a blue light when they are trying to show you something specific. Okay, so like, oh, look at all those little hoodoos. Is that what they're called? That's what my mom used to call them. Because we went to... Wait, use rot. Oh, that's right. Because we went to Goblin Valley, and Goblin Valley... Oh, there's one! How do you... Oh. So they really are. They're legit like Koroks. It's collectors! A collector! Yay! We found another one! Oh my gosh, they're Oh, this is his house. Oh, we got a flower hat. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Where am I going? Seriously, Koroks with hats. Okay. I also was rewatching, I was making a highlight video last night, and that scene, when you first meet that very first little rot, he looks at your hand, he looks at Kana's hand, and it's kind of got like the blue stuff on it, and I was like, well, we all have blue veins, but... And he looked really sad. So there is something going on with Kana. This is just Susie Grace's opinion. I don't know. But she has this arm covered with like the sleeve, and you can see that blue stuff that's underneath her vein, like that's underneath her skin. That rot seemed very sad about that. And that is, you just don't look at somebody's veins and be like, oh, that's sad. There's something going on and I don't know what it is. But hey, Mactastic, thanks so much for being here. Have an excellent rest of your day as well. I hope to see you in our writers group this coming Saturday. But obviously never any pressure. Whoa, that just gave me monies or something. Okay, so I can warp there. Cool, cool, cool. Oh no, it's in there probably. Oh. Oh, they're supposed to move it.
Right there.
Make it happen. Move. But I think you've got yourself in a situation with controlling that swarm of rots. I'm guessing you're trying to move them the way you would move your character, but your aiming settings haven't accounted for it. Maybe, I don't know. It's different. Yeah, you're right. It's different than moving my character. It's more like moving the it's weird because you want to move that particular character, but you're actually really moving the camera around. They follow the camera. So it's odd that I would struggle so much with it because you're just, oh, that looks fancy. It's shining, shimmering, splendid. That looks like a fun thing to hit. Which didn't even shatter. I mean, I'm working on a sequel to my first book, which I have not sat down to actually start writing yet, and that makes me sad. Every night I lay down and I'm like, I lay in bed and I'm like, you know what? I should do that. But then I don't, and then I sit and scroll on YouTube or something instead, which is also stupid. But we had a writing group on Discord a while back that was so unbelievably helpful. Oh my gosh, it was just incredible. It was amazing. And so I was like, we have to do this again. Okay, but I've already done all of this, right? Oh. Oh, that's right. We've already done this. Yeah. I mean, I haven't written it yet. That's so kind of you. I haven't written it yet, but we had this writing group and it was so amazing, and it really, really kind of lit the fire underneath me to start writing again. And I make all these dumb excuses like, well, I don't have Scrivener yet, or I want to wait until I can afford to buy, another copy of Scrivener or whatever. But the reality is I could just write in Google Docs and then just copy and paste it into Scrivener. That's just dumb excuses. So I keep sitting down to write and I think to myself, oh, I'm looking for this absolute perfect time to write. And there really kind of isn't. You just kind of have to do it. And then, of course, I'm also like, why? And then I'm also like, oh, but what if it's bad? Well, yeah, it's going to be bad. I just looked up a poll. No inverted controls, 49%. Invert only Y is 43%. Invert both is 4%. And invert only X is 1%. Okay, is X left and right? Okay, try uninverting. Okay. We're gonna do a today there will be a 100% chance of science. We're gonna do this. Where's that? Where is a deer or something, whatever it is? So you're a monster, but you're not the worst monster. What? That is crazy. I've never heard of anybody just, well, now I can safely be like, what? You just invert X? What? Seems crazy to me, but I know I could get myself used to it if I absolutely had to. I know I could. Okay, hold on. Oh no, that's worse. Nope, that is so much worse. Oh wait, is it? No, that's going exactly where I need it to go. If I want to go to the right, I push it over to the right. If I want it to go to the left, I push it over to the left. Science! Yeah, so they invert. There was another game I played like this. What was it? There was another game I played where the camera controls were one way, but then like the aiming controls were inverted, and I don't remember what it was. But I find that very odd that they would not invert both. If you are going to invert both, why wouldn't you just have both of them inverted? So that's why I struggle. So either way, I'm going to struggle either way. Like I'm either going to struggle with the camera or I'm going to struggle with the rot, and I'd rather struggle with the rot because I don't feel like that's as important. Inverting Z is when you crawl into the TV and look at the real world. Inverting Z is like becoming the little girl from The Ring. Oh wait, no, she comes out. Never mind. I watched a VFX artist talk about, like I watched the Corridor Crew talk about how that scene was done. And then I think I saw it was like a Comic-Con where somebody came dressed as the little girl coming out of the television set. It's pretty cool. Like, almost pee my pants, but still. Oh man, look at this. Rusu Mountain. 5 out of 13 rot, 2 out of 6 hats, 1 out of 3 flower shrines, 0 out of 1 meditation spots, and 1 out of 2 charms. I don't know what a meditation spot is. So this is all Rusu Mountain. Okay. I remember the controls were inverted to solve a puzzle in Fallout video game. Yeah, it can really throw you for a loop, man. Yep. But like I said, even Charlotte is like, Mama, what the heck is your problem? How do you play like this? I'm like, I don't know. How do you play like that? Crazy pants? Oh. Okay. Oh, I saw something over there.
Can you pick that up?
Yeah. Oh, this is just a... Is this... Does that help anybody or do anything? Wait. That doesn't change anything. I wonder why they let you do that. Interesting. So what you're saying is you shouldn't run anywhere. You should just walk places. Oh, you can't really walk because... Okay, hold on. I am probably forgetting or missing so many things, but I... Oh, those look fun. Well, yeah, if you get them to eat stuff, they level up faster, I think? Eat it. So much of it. Oh, it's running away. Get it. You are welcome. Okay. Nope. That is wrong. Upgrades. Okay, rot level 2. Sprint attack heavy. While sprinting, press R2. Okay, I should probably do this one. Wait, do I have the... Oh, I do have the rot hammer. Hold R2 and press square to create a rot hammer that can strike from a distance. Oh, I forgot about that. Dang, darnity darn. Susie's perspective on horror movies based only on The Ring is like when Joey on Friends could only afford the V encyclopedia so he could participate in conversations. I'm trying to think of all this, like the legit scary movies I have seen in my life, like beginning to end. And there are really not very many. I have seen clips of a lot of them because of my curiosity and because of my curiosity. or because I happened to like walk into like a room when my dad and my brother were watching it or something like that. But honestly, watching a scary movie from beginning to end, that's rare for me. I never, ever, 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 ever. I just don't. Okay, wait, let me think. That kind of depends. Do you consider... I would not consider The Sixth Sense horror, but it was a spooky movie, right? So I watched The Sixth Sense from beginning to end. I watched Signs from beginning to end. I watched The Village from beginning to end. I watched What Lies Beneath from beginning to end. I watched Gothica from beginning to end. I watched The Ring from beginning to end. I watched Jeepers Creepers from beginning to end. And I watched... A lot of those aren't horror movies, though. Like, The Sixth Sense isn't considered horror. It's just creepy and spooky, but it's not horror. I've seen The Shining from beginning to end. And you know what? I was really disappointed. I read the book first. And I was like, I mean, like, it was okay. I didn't really love the book either. But yeah, those are more like psychological. I watched Red Eye from beginning to end. I watched Shutter Island from beginning to end, which I'll never be able to watch again. I thought the twist in Shutter Island was brilliant, but I could never watch it again. It was too, not for this time I am in my life. I probably could. I mean, I've seen like the scene, like I've seen all the worst scenes. You know, and like, I know when they happen. So if I don't want to watch it, I would just cover my face or cover my eyes, close my eyes or something. Okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Oh, okay. Oh, oh, wait. I understand. Wait, do I understand? Maybe not. Oh. Have we already done that? I think we have. Okay. Oh. We jump on this. Oh, got it. Okay, here's a new place. I'm trying to think. Like, I know I've watched... We should watch Party for Alien. And I've seen... I never saw The Exorcist, although my brother claims that that was one of the scariest movies he's ever seen in his life. And he said he was about 18 or 17, 18 when he watched it. He and his friend watched it alone with all the lights off in our giant... Okay, we had this big basement that had a big family room. It was a big finished basement. It had this big giant family room. And... the TV was at one end of the family room, and then the stairs were at the other end of the family room. And it was a pretty deep room. And so my brother and his friend watched The Exorcist. My brother said, I just remember sitting on the couch and just letting the VHS tape just go and not being able to move. I was so afraid I was going to move. I was so afraid to move. And my friend sat and watched, my friend sat with me and watched it as well. And we just sat there. Oh, am I supposed to like, oh, biscuits. Okay, I see how that works. Okay, got it. Oh, okay, I understand. I'm trying to talk and pay attention to all this at the same time. Hey, it's Matt. Yeah, no. Okay, so hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. So my brother said that they let the VHS tape run until it just stopped and started rewinding itself on its own back in those days. And they just sat there on the couch, and then they finally looked at each other, and my brother was like, I think we should go turn a light on. And his friend was like, I think we probably should. My brother goes, do you want to do that? And his friend was like, absolutely not. And my brother goes, okay. We're going to count to 3, and then we're both going to get up, and we're both going to turn the light on. And his friend was like, okay, we'll do it together. And if you turned around from my brother's, like from the TV, you could see the staircase was off to the left, and then off to the right, there was like an opening where there was a hallway, and that's where my brother's room was. So it was even darker back there because there was just this open hallway. It was I mean, you walked through like the little entryway and there was a wall in front of you, but if you turned to the right, there was a bathroom and then my brother's room. So there were multiple rooms down there. And so my brother goes, okay, 1, 2, 3. And then neither of them moved. And his friend was like, I thought you were going to get up. My brother was like, well, I thought you were going to get up. And they both like freaked out and scrambled over to the light switch and turned it on. And my brother said I didn't sleep at all that night. What's interesting about The Exorcist is I've actually seen, by a bad turn of events, I've seen some of the worst scenes out of it. And I never want to watch them again, but I have seen some of the worst scenes out of it. And I attended a makeup class when I was at this, okay, I'm going to try, okay. I attended this makeup class when I went to this, like a, it was like a, I think they called it the Shakespeare Festival. Is this just a feather? I love that. It's just a feather. Can I get a hallelujah? And I watched as somebody made a girl up to look just like the girl in The Exorcist. And they put like plaster on her face and everything and gave her, oh, it was awful. So, ugh. Yeah, I have seen some things. But just by, like I said, just by a bad turn of events, I've seen some of the worst scenes, and those ones I was not looking for. Those ones just happened out of nowhere, and I don't remember how they happened, but I've seen some of the worst scenes, like where she's coming down the stairs. Oh my gosh. I was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade when I saw her coming down the stairs upside down. It was one of the scariest things to this day. I mean, if you watch it now, I feel like it would look pretty, I mean, it's creepy, but like you can definitely tell it's not a person, 100%. But as an 8th grader at 9 o'clock at night, right before I was supposed to go to bed, scariest thing I'd ever seen in my life. I couldn't sleep. For a horror movie, I should watch Believe Me, The Abduction. Absolutely not. That sounds terrifying. Shane says we watch 0 horror movies at my house, but infamously, our first date was watching Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. Wow. Wow. I have heard awful things about that one. Awful things about that one. I've seen a lot of, well, Rob Zombie is like crazy intense when it comes to stuff like that. I've heard really awful things about The Hills Have Eyes. I've heard really awful things about, well, it's like, hey, it's Padawan. It's, bye, Lindsay. Have an excellent day. Thanks for being here. Yeah, on that positive note, I'm trying to think of ones that I've seen with my own 2 eyes. Oh. I didn't realize they were all still holding on. Wait. Were they waiting to move that, or did they set it up already and now it's, oh. What? Where are we supposed to move it to? We're supposed to move it down here? Where are we supposed to move it? Oh, the ring got under my skin too. It affected me for at least a week. I mean, I just was not the same person after I watched it. It was so frightening. I just never experienced anything quite so unsettling that wasn't gory at all, wasn't anything like that. It was just, oh, it just really got under your skin. And I read the book, and the book was crap. So whoever wrote that screenplay, whoever adapted that screenplay, good on you. Maybe it's supposed to go here. That's where it's supposed to go. Got it. I understand. But I've really not seen any real horror. I saw Pan's Labyrinth, which was pretty horrifying. Pretty bad. I don't know if I would necessarily consider that a horror, but it was pretty bad. but I really haven't seen very many like actual horror movies from beginning to end. I remember I was at a friend's house and they wanted me to watch the Amityville Horror. And I remember just sitting on the like couch and just closing my eyes. And there were so many people there. But they were just like, I didn't want to be the only one that was like, guys, I can't watch this. So I just sat there with my eyes closed the whole time. I just heard everything. So I didn't actually watch it, but okay. All right. We've done a bunch of running around here. So I'm supposed to go meet him where now? Here now. Padawan's not a fan of horror movies, but for some reason, I really like the original Scream. I've actually never seen the original Scream. I've never seen Halloween. I've never seen... I've never even seen Jaws. I've never even seen Jaws, which is wild because I feel like I could probably handle Jaws. It's just never been... The TV at the time was in the closet. In the night, I got out of bed and closed the closet to contain it. That will 100% keep you safe. No, I totally would have done the same thing. I had to also sleep in front of a TV that night, and I was really mad about it. My, oh wait, show collected. Oh man. Okay, so we've collected all sorts of things like up here, but there is this whole, okay, all right. Like the entire mountain. Yes, I do. I have not seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've seen one scene from it because this 100 scariest movie moments countdown basically showed a scene from it. I wasn't really sure. They were talking about it being the like the scariest moment in the whole movie, and I was like, oh, that's the scariest moment out of the whole movie? That was surprising to me. I didn't think that would be considered the scariest moment, but then again, I'm not gonna... Oh, is this a meditation place? Oh no, that's a wisp. Or not a wisp. What are you? You're a rot wisp. Well, you are a wisp, I guess. This little smile. Oh my gosh. And then he's got these little mushrooms. But no, I haven't actually seen the movie, but I do remember freaking ourselves out when my friends and I were together one Halloween night. We were driving around. Listen, we were driving around in Provo, Utah. Okay, Provo, where there are city buildings everywhere, and we happened to be driving past a cemetery, and we were talking about Leatherface and how the story was based on a true story, and we freaked ourselves out so badly just driving around Provo, Utah, which has zero... I mean, the whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre situation happens kind of out in the middle of nowhere, right? We were so far from the middle of nowhere, and we freaked ourselves out so much in the car that we were all practically having panic attacks. It was the dumbest thing. Hey, it's Chaos! I think the original Halloween was a masterclass in horror. You know, I listened to a podcast about the making of Halloween, and while I did not love the host, she kind of sort of drove me nuts as far as like her voice and like her pronunciations and stuff went. I can't really explain it. Just kind of her inflections and things that she used. Inflections, not inflections. I'm gonna say this is a hat. Oh, it's a bow! Fantastic. I love that. We're gonna have to go back and put some of these little hats on these cutie pies. Did I get everything here? Did I get everything here? I've seen the beginning of it. And it was quite, I mean, I don't think anybody's ever seen anything quite like it. That twist at the beginning. It's actually super disturbing. Okay, we're gonna go to the hat cart, I guess. Guess who's back? Back again. Oh, can we warp here? Oh, no, we can't. Napsy's back. But see, I'm so curious about scary movies that I push and push and push and gradually look up things that are creepier and creepier and creepier. And then eventually I mess up and I see something I didn't want to see. And then I'm like, oh, I can't watch this stuff anymore. And then I stay away from it for a really long time. And then eventually the curiosity gets to me again. Like Alien Romulus. I've seen nothing from Alien Romulus except the trailer. And the trailer was crazy spooky, right? And I didn't see the movie. I had no interest in seeing the movie. But there's a character that is introduced that I was very curious about. And so I finally got to the point where I was willing to actually look, not a video, I just looked up footage, like a still shot. And I actually was surprised by how not, it was, okay, I thought the creature that was introduced in Alien Resurrection was way more grotesque and creepy than the creature introduced in Alien Romulus. Just Susie Grace's opinion. I don't know. My brother is very much like, yes, I am very good at movies. I'm very good at critiquing movies. And wait, I don't have these? Oh my gosh. They are so cute. A bird's nest. The bird's nest is my favorite. Okay, but I also kind of don't understand how so I didn't find these, I just unlocked them. So now I actually have to purchase them? Well, yes. Of course I'm gonna do that. Naturally. Okay, equip hats. Okay, so they automatically get equipped as you get them. Well, I guess that makes sense because it's like they all look the same. You can't just be like, oh yeah, you are gonna get the bow and you're gonna have the bird's nest because they all look the same anyway. And that was my problem with Alien Resurrection. I watched it from about halfway through until the very end, unedited, which was huge for me. And I paid the price. I was terrified and so grossed out. But it was just gory. It was just an excuse to just be unbelievably gory. And for me, I was just like, okay. I mean, like any movie can be gory. I honestly could not even tell you what the storyline is. Absolutely no idea. I came in the middle, so there's that. But The Ring proves that you don't have to be gory to be scary. And I think that was a really important thing to showcase. Because up until then, I'd always been like, oh, well, scary movies are equal blood and guts and all sorts of crazy stuff. But that's not true. As long as it's written well, you can be absolutely terrifying. See, and Chaos says, my 3 favorite horror scary movies would be original Halloween, original Saw, and A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place. And even Saw, actually. So I am not a fan of, obviously, gore. So the Saw movies are out for me. But up until the Saw movie came out, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was kind of the first of its kind. It's been really overdone, but that whole idea seemed like nobody had done that before. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, why did my controller buzz? It's going buzz, 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 buzz. Does that mean there's a secret nearby? Because it hasn't been doing it that whole time. When did it start? Okay, it's still here. And then it stopped. Does that mean there's a secret somewhere in this little area? Because that would be cool. I don't see a secret anywhere. Or does that just mean we're on the right track? No, because now it stopped again. That's gotta mean something. No. Is that a symbol carved in that tree? Yes? No? Maybe? I don't see anywhere to aim my rots. Interesting. DJBJ! I don't do scary thriller movies because Nightmare on Elm Street traumatized me at 5 years old. I don't blame you. Nope, not at all. The twist at the end of the first Saw really did surprise me. All the subsequent ones, not worth the watch. Wait, there's a twist at the end of Saw? You know what? That doesn't surprise me. I just remember watching the very beginning on the Sci-Fi Channel. So it was edited. And that beginning with Carrie Elwes. And I clicked away as he picked up the saw. I was like, yeah, no, nope, nope. Now I'm curious. Yeah, but see, that's something I can just Wikipedia. I don't have to watch that. I can just look up the plot line. Like The Substance and Smile, 100% just looked up the plot lines. I'm not gonna watch those. I'm just gonna read what happens. So I know what happens. Okay, but now it stopped. So does it have to do with the music? No, there it is again. Okay. That is so... Okay, wait. No, it stops. It's only in that little area that my controller pulses. And now it stopped because I found a rot. So there is a secret somewhere in that little alcove, that little place. I don't know how to get there, but there's a secret in there somewhere. There's nothing I can throw my rot at. There's nothing for me to like pick up. There's nothing for me to... What an interesting, subtle way to hint that there is a... Oh, something's up there. Maybe we go up? Oh yeah, look, you can climb. Oh. Let's... Oh, biscuits. Okay, never mind. I don't necessarily want to suggest doing so, but did you ever hear / read about Malignant? No. Have I? I don't think so. DJBJ says, I snuck out of bed and caught a few minutes of it because I couldn't sleep, and definitely couldn't sleep after that. Well, I don't think I ever did that when my parents were watching scary movies when I was a kid. I don't think I ever actually watched, I don't think I ever snuck in to watch my parents whatever they were watching. Like when they told me, Charlotte is the same way. If I tell Charlotte we're watching something scary, she believes me. And she's like, got it, 100%, I understand. I will not come in there. This looks like it's important, but did I do something with that? I feel like I did. Well, I don't know how to get that secret, but there is some secret in here somewhere, and I don't know if it's a rot or if it's a... There's something you can... There's some way you can get up above there. There's a ledge right there. I just don't know how to get up there. I used to get terrified of the X-Files when my dad would watch the X-Files. And my mom would always be like, you can't watch that while Susie's around or while the kids are around. And she was always really upset that my dad would like dare watch something like that. He always thought we were in bed. You know what I mean? But, you know, if we came out of bed or something and we were like, you know, asked for something in the kitchen or whatever. Because X-Files wasn't on. X-Files was on late, right? It was on at like 9. Twist at the end of Saw was good. I also remember liking the end of Cube. I think my favorite horrors are the sci-fi ones. Okay, wait. Is Cube... What's the one with Vincent? What's his complicated last name that I can never pronounce right? He's the one that plays the alien in Men in Black. He's the serial killer and they go inside his head. Is that The Cell? Or is that Cube? I love the X-Files. I have such a soft spot in my heart for X-Files. I remember my dad always watching it. Malignant? Is it a movie? I don't feel like I've ever seen The Butterfly Effect, no. I'm supposed to hit these? No, am I supposed to like light them up? Okay. You're on fire! Malignant does not sound familiar. I get it, Wolf, I get it. I understand. I completely understand. Man, there's so many secrets. And I obviously haven't been here yet, so... I really like that subtle, like, buzzing of the controller to signify that there's, like, a... What did that do? Did something. This music is so pretty. Oh. Oh. No, that's a... Oh. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I think I understand, maybe? Oh! Yeah. Oh. Oh, this is leading us somewhere. Okay. Is this plot? I don't know. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. Oh, where? Oh, that's how you... Okay. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Glad I noticed that up there. Oh, that's the cell. Okay. I've seen parts of that. One of my brother's favorite scary movies. Oh, and I just listened the other day. I was just, as I was making Wolf's shirt, I listened to the kind of background or like kind of a deep dive into the game of Scorn. Listen, I watched the final ending of Scorn. I have so many questions, but I just kind of wanted to listen to kind of a deep dive into the lore and whatnot. And obviously there's no speaking, there's no text or anything in the game. So I remember watching the ad and being like, what the fruit am I watching? It's all, everything's fleshy. It's like a flesh church. It's like a flirch. Doesn't make any sense. I listened to that, and then I listened to kind of this, it's so funny because I was just telling Andrew this the other day after I listened to this video. I was like, man, it is such a shame that I cannot play a game like Dead Space because I'm fascinated by its story. I'm so fascinated by its story, but I cannot play it. If it were a book, I would listen to it, but it's not. It's a game. So I have to listen instead to like lore videos or whatever where people talk about it because I cannot play that game. And he was describing some of the different creatures and I was like, oh yeah, no, nope. And like there's no way I could play that game anyway, but I'm so fascinated by the story that I would love to know what the story is, and I would love to, like, I don't know, but I can't. Can I jump? No, I cannot. Not while that's... Where am I leading these dudes? I can't even tell. This place is massive. Okay. But even just watching, like, gameplay of that game, those creatures are so gross. They're so gross. Oh my gosh. And I know that's what they were going for, but one of the things that makes Dead Space or whatever so creepy isn't just the gameplay and isn't just the creatures and stuff. The story is really great too, but I still don't fully understand it. I don't know. Something about a marker and like, oh, I think it's up here. Something about a marker and like, I don't think it's is it a virus? No, that's the Callisto Protocol, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but it's the story and like the whole idea of that game fascinates me, but I can't. Ooh, it's got like this cool mask face thing. Seriously, whenever I do this, I legitimately feel like I'm doing a really difficult channel point redemption. Where somebody's like, invert your controls. Oh my gosh. Okay. Slam, slam. There we go. Is this a flower shrine? That was the only gory scene. What was the gory scene? But there was really little blood in the first Saw movie. Oh, at the very beginning? Something about a marker and only finding the cap and not knowing where the toddler is. Sounds like a horror to me. Yeah, I don't understand it. Something about a marker and there's like a religion around the marker. I don't know. I was trying to explain it to Andrew the other day and I was like, I can't do this justice. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but this guy was talking about what made the game one of his favorite games, and the fact that you've got all the ship is breaking down around you, and you've got whispers that are kind of happening and stuff. I don't know. There's no way I could play something like that, but the story fascinates me anyway. And I really just have a lot of respect for anybody that can create anything that is so immersive like that and that is so well received and that people just really, really love, regardless of what it is, whether it's a scary movie or whether it's an emotional movie or whether it's a fun game or a silly game or whatever. If you can draw these emotions out of people and really make them love their experience, I think that's really important. And I think that's great. So I have a lot of appreciation for people who create in that way. Obviously, I love games, so even if the game is a scary one, I can still certainly appreciate everything that goes into making that happen. I did not realize there are no loading screens in Dead Space. Everything is interactive. Everything. That's why there's no pausing, and that's why you can be annihilated even when like a cutscene is playing out, because nothing is, you're not ever static. You are always in control of your character, always. And I had just never heard of anybody doing that with a game. Oh, I remember this place. Yeah, we came here and we did a thing here. And I apparently didn't activate that before we came here. So am I supposed to cleanse all of this? Oh man. Okay, hold on, wait. Do we have a closer tier than the other one that we had? Because that would be stupendous. There was a tier like way far back there. The funny thing about scary stuff in me is the fact that I love feeling creeped out by like a story, but I'm a visual person, and so seeing it affects me very, very deeply. And so that's why I like listening to scary books, because then I don't have to see anything. And my limits on scary books are way higher than movies. I can watch almost, or I can read almost anything, but I cannot. Oh, now we're just fighting freaking Groot. Oh, I'm not pushing the right buttons. Oh, they're too scared. Okay. Can I hit him in the face? Oh. Oh, he's another one of those freaking guys. Oh, no, he's not. Dang it. No. Oh, son of a... Run! Oh, no, we have one move, I think. So... Can he shoot an arrow at me? Oh, he has a node on his back. I did not realize that. Did he have that the first time I fought him? Oh my gosh. Yeah, get him. Just let me go grab this. Thanks, fellas. I do have a limit when it comes to reading books, though, because I remember... I mean, I do picture things in my head, but it's never as bad as what I actually see. Like, when somebody puts the image in there for me, it's always worse than what I imagine. Like, I can imagine it and be like, oh, wow, that's creepy or that's gross. But when somebody else puts the image in my head, I don't know why. It's so much worse. But I can also just not imagine it. If I want to, I can just be like, these are words. I'm just reading words. I don't have to imagine this if I don't want to. Like, I know what they're saying, but I don't have to imagine that. If you're watching something, you don't have a choice. You see it and that's it. So I can kind of like censor it almost in my own head. I can be like, I can either like beep things out, or I can blur things, or I can be like, well, I know it says this, but it can't be that bad or whatever, which is stupid, but that's how I make it through, right? The exception to this is when I listened to the book called The Deep by Nick Cutter. Now, Nick Cutter is very he's known, from what I understand, he is known for, oh, that's water. Okay. I was like, got some blue lines here. He's known for being extremely gory and cruel to animals. I didn't know this. that is why I put the book down. I was like, you know what? It was a combination of the two. I thought I could listen to anything, and I was wrong. His over-the-top, gratuitous descriptions of some of the nastiest things, I was like, I am over this, man. I'm done. And then, of course, the fact that, oh, okay, we have to come back here with all the okay, that makes sense. And then the fact that, you know, there was like cruelty to animals and stuff. I was like, nope, I'm out. I'm done. I think I made it 3/4 of the way through the book, and it was painful. I was like, ugh, this is just gross. So I do have limits, but my limits with reading are far more, oh, am I supposed to hit that? Oh, now we gotta do, they're like, oh no, oh, what? Okay. Oh, we're supposed to start there, and then we come here. Got it. But if somebody like shows it to me, it's too late. I can't get it out of my head. Perfect. Forgotten Forest. This is perfect. It's 4:30. It's time for me to sign off anyway.
No one knows the true age of these shrines. The people who built them have long been forgotten, but their work still remains. Watching over the forest like ancient guardians, Taro's spirit has corrupted the shrines and sealed the entrance to the guardian tree. I can feel Taro's presence there. I've marked the shrine locations on your map.
Poor
Thank you,
Taro.
Rusu. I'll work to clean the shrines.
Do we, well, I guess we'll probably find out. I was gonna say, do we know like why Taro's spirit is so angry and sad? Or Susie imagined things in haunted houses. Brains are just big bowls of spaghetti. I do not like going to haunted houses. Once again, it's all visual and it's so immersive. Nope. What I like about Saw is here is the person that did you harm. If you work together, you both can live, or you can get your retribution and let them die. If you let them die, you meet a person you have done harm to, and so on. I think the over-the-top gore overtakes the moral dilemma. See, I never, I don't know if I ever actually knew the story of Saw, to be totally honest. Scarecrow's like, oh, I picture everything I hear before I even realize I'm doing it. So when people are like, I was in the shower and I was thinking about such and such, I like trying to stare at the ceiling and not look at them. Yeah, if I mean, I get that, but if I'm reading a book, I can kind of like blot it out while I'm reading and just be like, I can also skip ahead. So there's that. Uber, how's it going? I can also skip ahead in books. I can like be like, while I'm reading, my eyes can kind of jump down in the paragraph and kind of get a feel and be like, okay, this whole paragraph is kind of a grisly description of this person being attacked or whatever. So I can kind of be like, boop, and like jump and skip that paragraph. You know what I mean? Can't do that in a movie. If you don't know what's coming, I mean, sometimes you can be like, ooh, I get a bad feeling about this. But case in point, you've got The Ring, right? Where one of the scariest moments comes out of nowhere. And for me, except for me, I don't know what my problem was or what my deal was, but I was sitting there and I was watching and I was super scared already. And my spidey sense was tingling. And I remember she says that line and then it jumps to that scene where the closet door opens, I guess. And I've still never seen this scene to this day. But the closet door opens, I think, and you see the girl and what she looks like after everything happened, you know, from the very beginning. And I remember like right before that, closing my eyes really fast. And then there was this loud like done. And the whole audience screamed all around me. And I was so proud of myself I was like, I was feeling it. I was feeling it. So it just goes to show you that sometimes you can kind of, and sometimes that can happen in books too. But if you're coming up on a scene that's like, obviously somebody's going to die or somebody's going to be attacked or something terrible is going to happen, or like the monster shows itself, or they hear footsteps, you know what I mean? You can kind of be like, oh, okay, we've got something happening here, which is why the book Bird Box was so unique. Because in Bird Box, if you if you read it, you are blindfolded just like the protagonist. And so everything that happens to her or to the people she's staying in the house with, like when this woman goes outside to feed the birds and she's blindfolded, and the movie just does not give you the same sense. It just doesn't. I watched bits of the movie and I was, but there's this scene where one of the women that's staying in the house, and if you don't know the plot of Bird Box, something is happening. People are seeing something that is making them take their own lives in really horrific ways. And they can't tell anybody because once you see it, it's too late. And so they just lose their minds and like, whatever. So, our protagonist finds a safe house full of a bunch of people and they never leave without blindfolds on. And the blindfolds in the movie are kind of, you can kind of sort of see things through them because they blindfold the camera sometimes. But these blindfolds in the book are completely black. They can't see anything because they don't know what they're not supposed to see. Is it light? Is it a thing? Is it a person? Is it a spectrum of light? Like, what is it? We don't know. And so there's this scene where this one of the women that lives in the house with her goes outside to feed the birds that are sitting. They use these birds because anytime anything comes near the house, the birds start to make noise. So the bird box is their alarm system, right? So when she goes outside to feed the birds and she's putting these apple slices into the box. And then as she's putting the apple slices in, the birds start to make sound, but she can't hear anything. So she's standing, and this is all she is blindfolded. So you are blindfolded. You can't see anything. You can't tell what's going on. So she's trying to get them to calm down and she's going, hey, calm down. And then she feels something lightly brush her shoulder. And of course she wheels around in panic. And then she steps on something that's like a crunchy leaf, but she thinks to herself, there hasn't been any wind. There hasn't been any, like, were there leaves out here? Did I crunch on leaves when I first got out here? Is there something out here? Is that a leaf? I don't even know. It's all this uncertainty that comes from not being able to see anything. Or when the two guys, there are two guys that go out to the well and one of them stands at the door and holds a rope. And then the other one leads with the rope all the way out to the well. They've got ropes connected to things and he goes out to the well to get water. And so one of them is at the door and the other one's at the well. And he knows how many cranks it is to make the bucket go down into the water. And then as he's pulling the bucket up, because he's done it so many times, he can tell that there is something other than water in the bucket. But he can't open his eyes to look. And he's so scared because he doesn't know what it is or whatever. And so he goes quiet, but the guy that's at the door, they have to continually echo each other to make sure that dude doesn't get dragged off by something. I don't know. Who knows? They don't even know what it is. And he keeps going, Jules, are you okay, Jules? Are you there? Or whatever. And he's like panicking because he can tell that there's something in the bucket, but he doesn't want to panic the rest of the house. So the way that it's all done is so masterful, but it doesn't work as a movie because you cannot completely blindfold your audience and give them that same feeling. So that was the only book I couldn't do that with because they already blindfolded me anyway. And even just thinking about it right now gives me chills because it's one of the most immersive experiences I've ever had. And is the writing amazing? Probably not. But ultimately, no. I mean, it's not the most amazingly written book I've ever read. But the concept was so unique. And it kind of ushered in this new wave of like A Quiet Place, right? This whole new wave of like, oh, well, you can't talk because the aliens could hear you. Or you can't look because who knows what you'll see. Or you can't, I don't know, breathe because, I don't really know, but it would have to be a black screen with audio description, but it just wouldn't be the same when you're reading it. Or I didn't read it, I listened to it. So it was like somebody was telling me what was happening, right? And it was so frightening because they have no idea what they're up against. Or when she manages to get into this karaoke bar or something, to find some microphones, to set up out in the yard. And she brings a dog with her, and the dog obviously reacts to something and she can't calm him down. And that whole scene was so nail biting because just the whole way, because she can't see anything, she can't look. And so the whole idea of being alone in this world where you have no idea what you're not supposed to see and then the person or the creature you're with starts to have some sort of a reaction to it, whether it's a person or it's an animal or whatever. It was so well done. But the movie, I remember reading it and being like, this would make an awesome movie. And then I thought, no, this would be impossible to make as a movie because there's no way for you to give your audience that same feeling unless they are also blindfolded. But I don't know how they would do that and make it work. I don't know. Uber says, it's improving. The place got skunked because I live in mobile home and skunk sprayed underneath the place. But the smell is slowly dissipating. And I'm doing deep cleaning of my bedroom because I need to move back into that room versus the previous bedroom I was using. So I don't have to deal with the worst spot of the smell. Oh my gosh, that is so insane. I've never been sprayed by a skunk, but I remember, didn't Mythbusters do something about how to get rid of a skunk smell? I don't remember what it was. But I love listening to scary books. I mean, I obviously have a limit, but I love spooky stories. But I'm a visual person. And so if I watch it, it totally, completely takes over my brain. But I really love, I love listening to like ghost stories, paranormal encounters, whether they're fictional or whether people claim that they've happened to them or whatever. I love podcasts like that, radio shows, things like that, because it's fascinating to me and it's fun to feel creeped out like that. Bird Box made me feel so creeped out. Bird Box and World War Z made me feel really creeped out because I listened to them both around Halloween time. And I was walking around that college campus next to my apartment complex in the mornings when it was like misty and it was kind of woodsy, lots of trees around and stuff. And I was on like high alert while I was out walking around. Not that I fully believed that somehow I was going to be like attacked or whatever, but it just heightened that sense of, it was so creepy. Yeah. I feel like tomato juice was one of the things they tried. I don't remember what the consensus was though. I don't remember, but I will always love listening to spooky stories, but I do think there's a difference between a spooky story and just a gory story. Like The Deep was creepy, yes, but I felt like he just thought, I'm going to give this as much blood as possible to make it super scary. And I just felt like it was over the top. I didn't feel like it was needed. I feel like the story probably would have worked without all of it, but I also did not like the narrator too. So there were a lot of things working against me for that book for sure. But I don't know. The one I've heard the most about is The Troop by Nick Cutter, which just FYI all your eyes is supposed to be absolutely disgusting. And there is animal cruelty in it. But if that's your thing, if you like super scary, gross stories like that, then there you go. I think it's like a group of Boy Scouts. It's a group of Boy Scouts that meet a mutant person or something. And I believe tapeworms are involved. So just read at your own risk. So I'm not down with like gore, but I love a spooky atmosphere. And that's why I really loved Bird Box. And that's why I really loved Let the Right One In. And that's why I really loved, I liked the sequel to Bird Box too. Not as much as the first one, but I liked, I've read other scary books and I can't even think of them now, not off the top of my head. But the most recent one I read was called The Last House on Needless Street. I do not recommend that one. That one was supposed to be creepy and supposed to have like this crazy, like a psychological kind of twisty book. And it was, no, don't waste your time. It was not great. But I'm trying to think of the last like spooky book I read. It was mostly just a radio show for a while. Mixture of soap, hydrogen peroxide, and baking soda. Oh, really? Nice. Those are all cheap. Tomato juice just dilutes it, but doesn't remove it. Product called Nature's Remedy will remove it. Oh, well, all those things are pretty cheap. So Uber, I hope you get the skunk smell out of your life. Everybody else, thank you so much. Well, not even everybody else. Literally everybody. Uber and everybody. I didn't mean to just exclude Uber. I appreciate everybody for being here today and for allowing me my tiny little rant at the very beginning of the stream. I talked for way too long. You've convinced me to finally find a used copy of Bird Box and add it to my reading list. My coworker was like, I'm going to read I'm going to read Bird Box. And I said, ooh, best of luck. And she was like, well, it's okay because we had this big window, this giant, like floor to ceiling window at our old salon. And she was like, it's okay. I spend my lunch in the back, you know, where there's that big window. And I was like, yeah. Oh, well, that's part of the problem. And she was like, oh. I was like, yeah, it's kind of one of those books that you kind of feel like you should just read like in a box. Like you shouldn't see anything. It's one of those, but I loved it. I thought it was really, really great. Like I said, it's not the most amazingly written, but the story was just so unique. So when A Quiet Place, the trailer for A Quiet Place came out, I instantly was like, this is like Bird Box, but it's with sound instead of sight. So I would have really loved to see A Quiet Place, but I have small children, and so I just can't. I cannot. We're talking about scary books. I love scary books. I don't like disgustingly gory books, but I do like spooky books. Spooky vibes in books. I can't watch them. Oh, yep. Thank you. Thank you. I'm writing that down right now. Send code. I meant to do that last night and then something happened and I forgot. I appreciate everybody being here. Today is my husband's 40th birthday and I am feeling extra appreciative of him. He works very hard for our family and I appreciate him so much. He is an awesome person and he supports me in what I do with my streaming and with gaming, and he will sit and listen to me talk about a game, and he will sit and listen to me talk about a book, and he will sit and watch me hype over things that he doesn't really care much about, but he knows that I care about them, and so therefore he cares about them. And I do the same for him. I went to the Bassmaster Classic with him. We booked a hotel. We stayed for 2 days in Houston. Bassmaster Classic. It's like the Super Bowl of bass fishing. Am I interested in bass fishing? No, but I went because I love him. So happy 40th to Ander. What a guy. What a guy. But you guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for being here and for your support. I came into the stream feeling a little like frazzled, but I feel better. I always feel better after streaming. And I appreciate that. And I really have you guys to thank for that. So the beginning of the stream was I feel like I was kind of emotionally like in a weird place, but I feel better now. But I've got a long night ahead of me. So let's see, tomorrow's okay. So because I had to reschedule yesterday's stream, there will be a stream tomorrow. Normally I don't stream on Thursdays, but there will be a stream tomorrow because I had to move things around. So I'll be back tomorrow, same time. So I am loving Kana. This is great. And I love finding secrets. Secrets are great. And I love little rot hats. So it's just checking all the boxes. Yeah, it's his 40th birthday and he's feeling kind of weird about it, but that's okay. So anyway, everybody enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your time zone. Be safe. Remember how important you are. Remember how much you matter. Choose kindness. Don't forget it. And I will see all of you guys next time.